All right, you guys. So Ticket TV, like, share, and subscribe as y'all pop on in. And let's get right into this video, man. We're gonna talk about the situation with Carl Winslow and Cory Holcomb. I mean, Anton Daniels. Excuse me. So hopefully y'all all doing well. Y'all can hear me. I appreciate all of y'all. If y'all can hear me, let me know in the comments, man. We'll get right into the video, man. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking to me about it. And so I haven't been online today on this channel. And so I'm coming to you guys to chop it up on this since everybody wants to talk about it. I got the messages from the people who hit me. Salute to y'all who hit me with this and told me what happened. I appreciate all of y'all. And so, yeah, we definitely gonna get to the smoke now about what happened, man. So basically, for you guys who don't know what's going on, this is the main reason why I told y'all. This is the reason why I told everybody watching this channel that Cory Holcomb did not swing off on Anton Daniels. I told you guys that this was going to be legal ramifications if he did. And so he did not fall for that. But now he may have a more troubling situation because Anton Daniels is out here using words and legal verbiage as we all know Cory said some things that, hey man, I don't agree with either. I told y'all this on the first night it happened. I had people come in my comment section acting like I said, bro, I don't agree with nobody talking about nobody kid, nobody wife, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? You talking about somebody kids, man, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Cory. I don't have to agree with everything Cory say to rock with Cory. I don't agree with that right there. I don't agree with that what he did. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was right. Period. But you know what I'm saying? Them dudes got real beef. Everybody thought it was cap. That shit wasn't cap. Everybody said, oh, they capping, man. They did this for a play. They ain't run no play. Them dudes really don't like each other. Point blank, period. And if you couldn't tell that by the conversation, then you don't know how to decipher conversations. Because I could tell you that one was real. Now, anyways, to get to the nuts and bolts of this thing, Anton Daniels is now talking legal talk. As if, somebody would talk if they're contacting the authorities or going or pursuing a legal route in this situation, right? Now, Anton Daniels has come out and basically put out there today that his daughter, who Cory Holcomb went in on, uh, he said she was vastly affected. She was crying in the principal's office and she can't go back to school now. And he brought up and said that her safety is at risk. And so she can't go back to school. They're probably going to have to move her out of school, he said. And all of these other things that Anton Daniels is saying. He said that he has been advised and he's talking legal talk. This is legal uh, from what everybody's saying. Everybody's pretty much agreeing from what, I'm saying. I'm telling y'all right now from what I've been reading. This is like the way he was talking. It was like legal police lawsuit type of talk. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Legal talk. Because he's talking about she's not safe and all this other stuff at the school since he revealed her picture, this, that, and the third, and she had to go. She was at the principal's office crying and stuff. And I don't feel good about that, man. You know what I'm saying about the young lady. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying. I don't feel good about that. If that's what went down, you know what I'm saying. I don't feel good about that right there. You know what I mean. But this is the reason why I told y'all that Cory Holcomb did not fire off on Anton Daniels. I knew that this is how it was going to roll at some point in time. If Cory Holcomb would have fired off on Anton Daniels, he would have had a lawsuit. He'd have lost 5150, and the cops would have been called. And Anton would have won at the end of the day. He would have triggered Cory, got Cory to go off, and then he would have said, "It proved my point." I'm telling y'all, this is exactly what Cory would have did. I mean, exactly what Anton would have did. Then he would have came out and said, "See, they proved my point. These Negroes can't control themselves." That's exactly what he would have did. I'm telling y'all this. So everybody kept saying, "Why Cory ain't hit him, man?" That was the best thing Cory didn't do. That was the best thing Cory didn't do was that he didn't hit that dude. Because if Cory would have hit that dude, Cory he would have been locked up right now. He'd probably been out on bail, but he'd have been facing a case and a lawsuit. You understand what I'm saying? And so now with the situation, Anton saying his whole family's in shambles right now. That's exactly what he said. He said that since Cory said that stuff. His family's in shambles. Now, here's my argument against that, saying that your family's in shambles. Bro, the man played a tape of the wife trashing you. And I was going to do a video about that. Like, this man's wife was trashing him on tape. I'm talking about Anton's wife was going in on him, saying that he is, how did she word that about Anton? She went in on Anton on that video. So for Anton to kind of say that it's in shambles, well, my argument would have been it already looked like it was in shambles the way she was talking about Anton on that video that Cory played. Now, what wife talk about a husband like that on tape? I'm just asking y'all that question. You know what I'm saying? And so again, like, I didn't like that as far as how she, because if that's your shorty, she always supposed to have your back. And she always supposed to have your back. She ain't supposed to be on film trashing you if you with her. If that's your shorty, you with her, and y'all rocking, she ain't supposed to be on tape trashing you. But that's on tape. Somehow Cory got that tape and played that tape, right? And so he's saying that Anton's saying now his life is in shambles. But once again, the woman was on tape. The wife of Anton was on tape dogging him. Cory played that tape. There's no getting around that tape. There's no way that Anton can get around what she said on that tape. And, that had nothing to do with Cory. So that situation was not manipulated by Cory for her to say that. That had nothing to do with it. That was an older tape. That was a prior tape that she had went in on Anton. Now, why would she do that if that's his wife? If that's your wife and y'all rocking, y'all on an accord, and y'all household is straight, why would she say? Because I'm telling you something. Should no person's husband or wife be dogging out their partner that they currently with on tape? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Anton's also going to have to deal with this. He talks about a lot of things on social media as well, right? Anton is the same dude, and I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. See, Anton's not getting a lot of sympathy because he the same dude that said F that girl who lost her life in that ice situation the other week. He said F her. So you don't care about that life, but you a bag chasing Christian. Think about what I'm saying. Think about all the hypocrisy here that's being brought in front of y'all. All of the things that he has stated and all of the things that he have done over his tenure of being online, right? He's gonna have to look at that right now, right? Straight up. Um, and so he's saying that the girl can't go back to school now. They're gonna have to take her. Maybe she had to be out of school the rest of the year, or they had to move her out of school. That what I'm saying is not safe. She's not safe in the school. And this, that, third. And here's my question to y'all: who in the hell is at that age of a school watching the Cory Holcomb show? That's my question. Who in the hell? And we gotta literally ask this question: who in the blue hell at that age is watching the Cory Holcomb show? Make it make sense. That's another question I'm asking. Who's watching at that age? Let me repeat myself again. Who's watching the Cory Holcomb show in that house at that age? To go to school and say, yeah, I seen you on the Cory Holcomb show. Man, I don't know no people that age that's watching the Cory Holcomb show. The 5150 show. And that show come on late at night. That show, Cory show come on. If you on the East Coast, that shit coming on around 11. If you on the West Coast, it's coming on at 8 p.m. Midwest 10. Come on, bro. So Anton gonna have to explain that. Who watched that show? Because he said, and I'm not saying that he's lying. I have questions because he said that. You know what I'm saying? Now again, I ain't cool with nobody talking about nobody's daughter, nobody's. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cool with that. Cory, obviously, he really won't smoke with this nigga to say that, to bring that up. So Anton was very dramatic in the video he did today. He was very dramatic, and he says that Oh, you and Craig, y'all won. Y'all won. You won. You won. I was advised. This is what he said now. I was advised to not say nothing else. Who advising you? Then he started talking about, you know, the effect it had on the kid and stuff like that. The kid ain't safe. See, when he started using them cold words and stuff, this is the reason why Cory didn't go all the way that first time. Everybody keep asking, well, why didn't Cory do it? Man, Cory thought about all that and what type of dude this cat is, bro. I'm telling y'all, if Cory would have hauled off and knocked that dude in the next century, I'm telling y'all, all y'all that's listening to this video right now, Cory will be in prison. Excuse me, he would have been bailing himself out of jail and having to worry about another case and a lawsuit. And he probably would have lost 5150 for doing that on the air, on that set. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. Y'all, I mean, like I said, y'all can say, feel however you want to feel, say whatever you want to say. I'm just telling you what the truth is, bro. You know what I mean? So, Anton, and here's the thing. Anton, you talking all this gang talk. Gloves is off, all this shit. You got to realize that them niggas gonna hold you to that. They going gloves off. You know what I'm saying? You know. So again, you know what I mean? You got to think about that, right? And so once you willing to go all the way with a dude and say, look, let's step outside. You offer a dude, you offer a dude to manhood. You know what I'm saying? To another nigga beefcake. Nah, man. Nah, bro. Once you do that, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. People who don't know, once you offer another man to wood, bro, that don't roll like that, nah, man. That's an issue, bro. That's an issue, bro. You can't offer wood to another man. That's an issue, bro. You offer wood to another man, another straight man. You know what I'm saying? You say that he, you know what I'm saying? Put his mouth on wood. Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's not. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Everybody that's listening to this video, man. So Anton, in my opinion, he's gonna have, if this goes legal. Cory has a tape where the wife was saying all these things about Anton. So Anton to say that the family's in shambles, he's gonna have to explain, well, why would the wife say all this stuff before Cory was even involved? Because when they asked the wife about you, she had a lot to say about you. And it wasn't positive. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do a video about that until this came up. Like, why is this dude's wife dogging this man on tape? That's a part that everybody hadn't been talking about. His own wife was dogging him on tape. Dogged him on that tape. That tape that Cory played, she dogged this man. He didn't sound like no bag chaser that was in full control of his household, this, that, and the third. She dogged the man. You know what I'm saying? Go listen to the tape. Now, I'm not saying that. That's what she said. His own wife. Now, again, I don't roll with I'm not that cool with the talking about the kid and talking about the wife and stuff like that when you going at him. But Cory felt the way. He felt like, hey, man, it is what it is. What's up? You know what I mean? Cory wanted to get him. And those were the words that got him. Now, again, now Anton is using that, and now he's using legal verbiage. He's using almost like police talk. I was advised not to say nothing. That's all I can say. What you mean you was advised? Then he started talking about how the girl isn't safe and then all this other. See that right there? That right there. I'm trying to tell y'all this. 911 talk. You know what I'm saying? That's Johnny Cochran talk. So this is the reason why everybody was asking why Cory didn't just haul off and do what he did. Because I promise y'all. And then Anton, this is exactly what Anton would have did. Anton was in a win-win situation if you think about it. Because Anton say all these things about Cory and people who he say think like Cory. He called them Neanderthals, right? Now watch this. If Anton would have went on there, said what he said, and got Cory to react and knock him out or punch him or do something crazy and crash out, he would have then went on every platform and say, see, he exposed himself. He exposed everything I say about these dudes. You can't even have a real conversation with him without it getting violent. They hooligans, this, that, the third. That's probably what he would have said. Then not only that, it would have probably been a lawsuit, and it would have probably been police report, and Cory would have lost a life. I'm just telling you what the truth is. Think about what I just said. So he would have still ran around on all the channels and said, hey, man, see, this is why I be trying to tell y'all. You can't even talk to these people. They're a bunch of hooligans. Like I said, Neanderthal. That's what he said. That's what he called Cory, right? So now, you know what I'm saying? You offer the man D, you offer another straight man D, and he not playing with you. I'm sorry, bro. You can't offer no straight man D. That's not happening, bro. I'm sorry, bro. And so Cory, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Uh, I'm a fan of Cory. I like Cory's show. I think he's a funny cat too. But Cory, I think that he listened to that whole week, probably all his people telling him shit about why he ain't stand on business against that nigga. He probably was getting phone calls. He probably was reading the chats, reading the messages, looking at all the videos of people saying he cowered out for not, reacting the way that they thought he should have reacted. And that probably built up in him the entire week. I'm telling y'all, that shit probably was eating at him the entire week. And so now that the dude was gone, his blood was probably boiling when he went online. So then when he goes online, man, he like, man, I'm finna make this dude, I couldn't put my hands on you, but I'm finna make it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. Anton, if he does think about going legal, which there is no evidence yet that he said that he got a lawyer, they saying he just using legal terms. But here's the thing, right? Or if he called the cops, he gonna have an issue if he does try to do it because he brings up certain stuff. Now he hadn't shown pictures, but when you start bringing up your family in that realm and stuff like that, bro, because remember Cory talked about it. Cory was like, I thought you said you ain't had a daughter out of wedlock, just that and third. And when you start, and see, here's the thing, right? And everybody gotta understand this. When you're online and you always critiquing somebody else, man, somebody else is gonna be one day they critique you. And that was the day that Cory came and Cory thought he was gonna critique the whole family, right? Because don't tell me Anton don't sit up on that channel critiquing people all day. That's what he do. He sit up there all day like a lot of and critique. So when they critique him and his situation, I mean, bro, he gonna have to just see. In my opinion, bro, forget all that legal talk. He should have just set up. If he a bag chaser and he wanted to get the bag off this, he could have just all the publicity they got off this shit. He could have set up. They could have set up the celebrity boxing match and got paid off this shit. Him and Cory could have set up called the celebrity boxing people. They could have set it up, and they could have both got in and threw down. Straight up. Straight up. I mean, they really had an issue. They really wanted to legally get it off their chest. They could have signed the contract, and then they could have both got a check off that shit, like a bigger check, and went, you know what I'm saying, and did it like that. They could have went and did that, and really got that shit off their chest. That's what they could have did and should have did, in my opinion. They should have did that. You know what I'm saying? If Anton was really that mad, and you a bag chaser, and it's all about the money, because Anton, that's all he really talk about is money. So if that's what it is, then get the money. Go get the Skrilla. Go stand on business. Tell a man you want to see that man in a celebrity boxing match. That's what I think he should have did. He should have straight up just said, "Yo, let's get to it. What you trying to do? You trying to see these hands though? Like, what's up? We can do this legally right here. That way, when you sign a contract, whoever get their ass whooped can't go sue, can't go call the cops." That's what I suggest they do. I suggest they take it to the celebrity boxing. I think this is at a point now where that's justified. If they was to get in the ring, and people will believe that shit, and people will watch that shit. Now, that's when you'll see if niggas is really on that type time. Because now when you know that you ain't finna get in trouble with the police, you're not finna get sued. If you lay a nigga out, you're not finna get, you know what I'm saying? You're not finna go to prison. Shit, hey, dog. You know what I'm saying? The man don't brought your family into it now. At this point, if you a bag chaser and you say you're gonna make $1 million off this shit, go ahead. You might have already made $250,000. Go ahead and get that other 750. Simple as that. Do the boxing match. Get all that publicity from what you're gonna get from hyping that shit up, and do the boxing match. That's my suggestion. I think everybody should suggest that to them. Since they got real problems, we should offer real solutions. Anton always talk about what are the solutions to the problem. So you got a problem with Cory Holcomb. The solution is that you niggas got a real issue. This nigga don't. You offered that nigga to SD. You said he SD, and he talked about your family. He went in on your family. So now it's justified that y'all get into it. That's complete justification that y'all go ahead and get to it. That's complete justification. Go ahead. I ain't finna turn out. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not finna jump out in that traffic. Oh shit! I ain't even see him. Hey, turn your lights on, man. Man, this fool almost got hit right here. He ain't got his lights on. Well, I almost jumped out there head first on that. Man. Go. Oh, he hit that jank. So, like I said to y'all, right? And I say it again. They need to go ahead and get it in, man. And everybody need to talk about that. They need to go ahead and see what the hand. Be men. Be men. If I'm Anton, he's a bag chaser. You got a real issue with Cory. Y'all both got so much publicity on this. And the whole internet talking about this. The whole black sector is talking about this. So y'all got enough people that is worthy of a celebrity boxing match. Go ahead and get it in. People gonna watch that shit because y'all got a real issue. Now is when the man don't came and talked about your family. So again, do it like grown men supposed to do it. See, and like I said, Anton always talk about solutions. He always say, y'all talk about the problems, but y'all don't get no solutions. I'm giving a solution. Why don't you two niggas, you know what I'm saying, throw them hands though? Without no police. You understand what I'm saying? None of this stuff. To the dude who says, why don't you leave the fact that he called him an ass kisser? Well, because they were having a dignified conversation until Anton tried to belittle the man. See, that shit don't work on me. I watched the whole situation. See, Anton started that shit with that little sneaky shit he was doing. Anton was trying to belittle him, talking about some, I don't think you had a mental capacity and this, that, and the third. They was having a back and forth, man-to-man conversation. Anton set it off when he started trying to belittle the man, talking about some, yeah, I don't think you got the mental capacity to really. Once he said that, that took it to a whole nother level, right? That's exactly what. So Anton started that shit because he took the conversation and tried to belittle the dude. He tried to put himself over the dude when they were just having a conversation about the politics of what they were talking about or what they disagreed on. Instead of sticking to the script and sticking to whatever politics they had going on, this idiot. Oh, this dude almost got hit. And sticking to the politics, what did he do? He ain't stick to the script. He went off script and started demeaning dude. So cut it out, bro. Stop doing that, man. Cut it out. That's exactly what happened. Anton tried to belittle him, came in there trying to throw his co-host under the bus, trying to make it seem like they a bunch of flunkies and shit. He did that. That's what Anton did. So don't come talking about something, oh, why Cory said he an ass kisser? Because Anton set the table by telling the man and trying to demean the man and belittle the man by telling the man that he ain't got the mental capacity. That's exactly what he told him. Then once he said that, Cory was like, oh, for real? Well, I think you kiss ass. Period. Right? So once again, listen to what I said. Anton did that first. He the one tell somebody, man, you ain't even, bro. I don't even think you got the mental capacity to even answer these questions, bro. That's below the belt right there. Especially when you flew to go on the show to have a conversation with the man. He must have been. You ain't gonna go in there, fly in there, and talk with a dummy. But you wait till you get on there, and then you try to like belittle the man and try to like, you know what I'm saying? You try to throw shit and like separate him and his co-host. This is all the little shit that Anton was doing, bro. I peeped all that shit, bro. All that shit he was doing was fugazi than a motherfucker, man. Everything he was doing was fake.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drop weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.